Donald Trump has apparently chosen this individual, Jay Clayton, to be the next US attorney for the Southern District of New York, and that is an incredibly important position, both in a meta sense, but also specifically to Donald Trump. In that wider sense, it's because that district is home to some of the nation's biggest financial institutions, and so if you're going to be policing them, really important. They have a lot of influence, they have a lot of money. It's why that position has historically been referred to as the Sheriff of Wall Street. But has Donald Trump chosen Jay Clayton to be the Sheriff of Wall Street, or more like the maitre d' of Wall Street, the butler, the Jeeves of Wall Street? Well, we'll see, because we're gonna dive into his past, which generally has shown that rather than being a check on these institutions, he's largely worked with them to help them achieve their goals. And so he worked for about 2 decades as a Wall Street lawyer at Sullivan and Cromwell, so he's an insider to the corporations that he would be policing. He eventually joined Trump's first cabinet as the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission. And so back when he was working on Wall Street, he specialized in mergers and acquisitions, represented firms like Goldman Sachs and Deutsche Bank, and helped many corporations raise funds through IPOs. So he has experience in the area. I mean, that's more than can really be said for many of the nominations that Donald Trump has been doing. That doesn't necessarily.
But this is about money, John.
This
is about money.
It is about money.
You can't mess this one up. This is about getting people, making them more money.
Exactly. No Jeanine Pirro to this position.
You can send anybody to die.
No, Ducey, sit down. You don't get to be the attorney. But anyway, so when he was at the SEC, this is again under Donald Trump, he loosened and rolled back regulations. Okay, he pursued an aggressive approach to enforcement, though, notably targeting, among others, Elon Musk, who has since emerged as a major Trump booster, but might soon be yeeted out of the Trump orbit because he's really cringy and try hard. We'll see, we'll find out. But anyway, we should discuss. Let's also throw out that because Donald Trump and maybe no president ever again is going to do financial disclosures, put their resources into a blind trust. Like in theory, he's choosing the guy who would be making decisions as to whether he investigates Donald Trump's businesses, and certainly the businesses of many of his allies, friends, and acquaintances. And so seems fundamentally corrupt and no checks whatsoever. Maybe there'll be an ethics report someday that Mike Johnson won't release, but what do you think?
Yeah, so this is exactly why I said Trump's a fake populist. So right after the election, Bernie came out and said the Democratic Party has gone in the wrong direction and abandoned the working class, and we celebrated Bernie's back, right? In fact, I didn't know this, but I found out today, shoptyt.com has Bernie's back t-shirts already, okay? So, but for Trump, Goldman Sachs is back. He had more people from Goldman Sachs in his first administration than any other administration in history. This is the guy who ran on Drain the Swamp. And look at this, another former Goldman Sachs representative. He represented that firm, is now going to have this incredibly important position. You're going to be shocked to find out, my guess, and if you're a right-wing populist out there and you didn't believe me that Donald Trump was a fake populist, you're about to find out, okay? So my guess is he's going to make sure that Goldman Sachs is not regulated and all of his corporate buddies are not regulated. All of Trump and all of his cronies are not regulated. And this was perfect because before he wanted to regulate Elon Musk, I will predict with absolute certainty here that all of a sudden he will drop the idea of regulating Elon Musk and he'll go and target, either just benign things that make nice headlines, but actually is like a small business worth like $50, right? Or whatever it might be, or like an outrageous character, but not really part of the establishment. Shkreli comes to mind, like these, we got that pharma bro guy. He's not connected to any of the companies, the giant corporations, corporate rule, so it's easy to get him. We got one guy, Obama did this. We got an executive at Goldman Sachs. The kid was like 27 years old or something. And so another time, we got a guy from Goldman Sachs. No, he stole from Goldman Sachs. So these are all giant lies. It's not like the Democrats do a great job of regulating to begin with, but at least they had Lena Khan, and at least they would go a quarter of the way there. This is just saying corporate robbery incoming in 3, 2, 1. Told you, fake populist.
Yeah, I mean, this is me understanding. You gotta love Trump presidencies because you're always like, lesson in civics. President appoints all of these prosecutors in 94 federal districts. I didn't know that. Like, I'm just gonna be 100% honest. I was like, I did not know that. So cool, we're learning together. And yes, that is exactly why he's doing it. This guy is gonna also have the Diddy case. So we've seen all the photos of him and of Donald Trump and Diddy, and the Eric Adams case, which my guess is Adams. Like, what if Adams also head of HUD? Like, what if that's a soft landing for Eric Adams to get out of his crimes and, be like, oh, hey, let's join the actual crime ring itself. But I think, like, we all know Eric Adams is gonna become a Republican at some point. So like, this is just like part of that. But yay Capitol. If I had my champagne glass, I'm sure I put it around here somewhere.
I personally don't think he'll be the head of HUD. I think it's time for the trash revolution to go national. I think all of us need, he came out with these things. They're containers that you put the trash in, and I think that could work pretty much anywhere. I think that's a good idea. Not just for New York. You'd think just New York, but I don't think just New York. But anyway.
Mar-a-Lago is the Instable of Florida, John.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I do want to say one thing though. On Franny's prediction, no, I think that they let Eric Adams go immediately. They're like, oh, you took a bribe from a foreign government. Come work for us. That's kind of our thing,
yes.
Right? But Diddy, Trump doesn't care about Diddy. He was just like a random celebrity he knew. He's a perfect guy. Like, he did it. He's terribly guilty. Everybody hates him, and he's not connected to corporate rule at all. And he's black. My guess is they'll throw the book at Diddy, and they should, don't get me wrong, right? But they'll make a big spectacle of, oh, we are so tough, look at this, we went after P. Diddy. And Eric Adams, all the crooks on Wall Street, et cetera, will sneak out the back door while we're all looking at Diddy.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't think that Eric Adams is gonna enter the Trump administration. I don't think he's qualified. I mean, sure, he's corrupt, but I haven't heard of him ever being accused of having sexually assaulted someone. So I don't think that it's gonna happen.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.